In this week's email, I asked the provocative question: what would it take for you to walk away from a really successful law practice? In the case of the attorney who is going to be appearing at our webinar this Friday, it's $1,000 an hour law practice. And I'm not asking that question because I'm subtly trying to push you out the door. It's none of my business what you do in terms of your practice, unless you want to make it my business. But I want you to think seriously about what's really important to you, because when you consider questions like that, your values start to line up in a way that they might not otherwise when we're just giving them half of our attention. And in my own case, I walked away from a very successful law practice that I built from nothing, born in a small log cabin in Springfield, whatever. After 15 years, it was a very successful practice. I was banking a lot of money. I had respect to everyone. It was easier because the insurance companies knew me. And I walked away. But I walked away for good reason, because I was misdiagnosed as having 6 months to live. And once that proved to be the wrong diagnosis, I knew what was important to me. And I knew that practicing law wasn't number one. There were more things I wanted to do. But it doesn't have to be something profound. You don't have to be said, hey, you got a tumor behind your eye. It's going to kill you. No, it could be the smallest thing. And in the case of Dan, who is going to be, again, at the webinar, it was just a short conversation you heard between the sons. But it's the kind of conversation that strikes you to the core. It strikes everyone to the core. And it's one that you're going to listen to now when I'm done speaking. So this is your chance to come to the webinar and, talk to Dan, get his experience, how he got out, but also, why he got out, and kind of compare notes and see how it might apply to your own life, and to ask yourself those hard questions as well. So without further ado, here's Dan.
Several months ago, we're in the car for an extended period, and we're driving back from Florida, pretty long drive. And we're asking my then 13-year-old son, what do you want to study? What do you want to do? What do you want to be? And he gives the standard 13-year-old response of, I don't know. And so we kind of pick at it a little bit, and somehow we transition over to his brother, who's 11 years old in fifth grade. And I ask the same question of my younger son, and he's a much different kid, and he was ready with 2 or 3 different answers, anywhere from engineer to archaeologist. He's got a lot of different things he wants to pursue, and the older one pipes back up and says, no, you're not going to do any of that. You're going to go to school, you're going to work really hard, you're going to find a job and be really good at it and hate what you do, just like Dad.
Ooh,